Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Ctrl Alt Ego, where I have made a decision. We're gonna redirect just a tiny bit here. Let me jump back into my bug. I'm gonna leave you here, pup. Well, I'll be back for you, potentially. But you should be safe here. Okay. I want to go back up to the executor's office because we just kind of went the other way, and I am curious. I'm curious what was actually waiting for us in that place. So we want to go back out here, and then that's pretty unpleasant, that flashing light. Apologies, y'all. Okay, so this is the private quarters. The office was at the top of this elevator, right? Yeah, I am uncertain. I was kind of expecting the game to end once we got into the inner circle, and so I am wondering if this is where the game ends, and where we were going was not, in fact, a place that we really needed to explore, but rather just like...
So we meet again.
Okay, all right.
Parasite. You will thank
Howdy.
me for ending you.
I mean, if you've ended me, it seems like I'm probably not able to thank you. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to investigate. I guess confront the executor is on my investigate corporate checklist. But I sort of thought, you know, that was all just exploring, but maybe that is the case. Maybe that is what we're seeing here. And that this is not, in fact, the critical end of the game thing that I was kind of hoping it would be, because to be perfectly honest with you, I do feel like the thing has sort of run its course. Dear Inner Circle colleagues, it has come to my attention that Pam, our chief scientist AI, has been conspiring with Dr. David Everyman to interfere with Project Buttercup. This is a delicate matter requiring deft handling. Therefore, I propose thusly, arrange Dr. David Everyman's material cessation and unplug Pam. If one of you would like to make the necessary steps to action 2, I will see to 1. May I suggest that before unplugging Pam, hook her up to our Buttercup prototype, suck out every jub of her ego, slowly, to let her feel her mistake. What an incredibly incriminating thing to write down and then leave on a table forever. It's wild. It's almost like there's no reason that anyone would ever do such a thing. So there's a worm, I think, just on the other side of the wall. What is going on with this? Why do we need visibility to the outside? Okay, that lets us access... an iPad that I missed. Is there ever any tension? Are there any big arguments? Our reporter put to a senior manager. Well, it is not unknown, she replied cautiously. I remember one time the exec started hurling stuff around furiously using his onboard shift and fault tools. It was carnage. Every one of us had to be restored from backup that day. And afterward, in the absence of relevant data capture, not one of us could remember what we had been arguing about. Well, you know, one has to imagine that was, in fact, the point. Okay, so yeah, I see then how I missed this, because it's like tucked in behind a desk here. So I guess that's the purpose of that that evil eye, is that it makes it easier to see that thing. Are you live? No. Okay. Oh, we do have a pup with a disc, so I guess we'll just, there we go. Yep, I'll have you out in just about 5 to 10 minutes here. This process is very slow. Alright. Surrender your disc to me. It's way less upsetting when you do it from this side. Okay, the Everyman Ego Active Branch Summary. Ego ID Unknown in Bug 22, Ego ID Executor in the cloud, and Ego ID Everyman, also in the cloud, are in conflict. These branches are in violation of Protocol 42. Please contact Master Control at the cloud. Alright, so the cloud is definitely like the next thing of some import. Huh. Oh yeah, there's a bug trap in there. I might totally have missed that, if not for the for its ego sensor protruding through the side of the thing. Damn it, get out of the way. There we go. Okay. Dear Thomas, I've inlined my responses below. So Thomas says I need to go to the cloud, but none of the taxi hailers are working. Normal. I issued a communique this morning. All outbound travel is forbidden while our visitor is with us. Thomas says, I tried to find you, but your private quarters are locked down. Is something happening? Yes, something is happening. We have a visitor. I am dealing with it. Have you not been paying attention? I will arrange transportation to the cloud for you from the terminal in my private quarters just as soon as I have dealt with our visitor. And then, dude signs his posts because of course he does. Insufferable. Like a high-tech future sci-fi Bubsy. Esteemed colleagues, has our visitor arrived yet? I do hope you are having it kept entertained in my absence. I'm still at the cloud. I've just boarded my shuttle taxi, launching momentarily. I fully expect to arrive in time for our 9 of the clock meeting. In my absence, can I ask you to please boost security measures within the tech lab? Something has occurred to me, which for obvious reasons I cannot divulge here, but suffice to say that I suspect our visitor may be inclined to show an unhealthy interest in Dr. Everyman's old office. Really great place to put that highlight. Just top tier level design. Okay, this terminal is locked. Hi, Brian. No need to worry. Before I merge with the Everyman Ego, I'm going to revert it back to a version from before any questions about Project Buttercup were raised. The genius part, if you'll excuse a modicum of immodesty, is that when I release Buttercup, my digital signature will match that of the Everyman Ego. Everyone will believe Everyman did it. It will then become a trivial matter to persuade Master Control to purge all backup versions of the Everyman Ego from the cloud repository. Dr. Everyman's legacy will be forever tainted, which is still far more than he deserves. I guess. I mean, I guess this was it. I guess this is all we came back for. Doesn't really feel all that meaningful. I guess I did not need to do this. We got a disc out of it, I suppose. I don't know exactly what we would want to use that disc on, and in fact, we definitely already had another unused disc, but, you know, I guess it's good to get a hold of them. Okay. So, back to what we were doing here, which was the lobby and whatnot. Just, you know, a couple of loading screens away. All right, so with... Oh, hey, I hadn't jumped to that viewpoint yet. Gosh, that sure is conveniently placed for doing exactly the thing that I'm doing here. Hard to imagine why, you know, this would have been here otherwise, though. So... We can make a bunch of these things serialize themselves. I'm looking for the pup, right? Like the, there's supposed to be a way in here, over here somewhere. There's supposed to be a way in this room somewhere for a pup to get from here to security, if I remember correctly. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay, that should be sufficient. Right? Yeah. Let's wait for the mum to drive away, and we won't even involve the bug in this. I'll just make the track with the pup, provided this mum ever goes away. Okay. They're not super observant, these things. Okay. 32 ego. I mean, we could just take it. We build up a ton of ego for things like this, I feel like. It does seem like it's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with otherwise. Okay. Ground floor security option, set zombie mode. I assume that's going to have no effect on the virus. Oh, no, it totally did. Okay. I am surprised. Here's your single-use tech lab key. Oh, all right, well. I mean, I feel like we've done everything we need to do in the tech lab already. So, taxi hailed, critical response critical response with maximum force. Interesting. Well, now that we've zombified the security response, I'm hoping that will no longer be an issue. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to try to jump further. Here, let's jump back into the dog. Just have a little bit of a look ahead. Okay, cool. The bugs are zombied. We do in fact own root on this entire system. Do we know what's on the other side of this door? It's pretty weird. Okay, this is a little area we've not actually seen yet, but so there's a cafeteria door that should at this point be pretty accessible. It doesn't seem like... Let me poke my head into the shuttle dock proper. I was kind of hoping we would find a printer over here, but if we don't, it seems like it still shouldn't be too much of a problem to get our bug body over here, provided that is a thing we need to do. Ah, there's a printer at the dock. Where is this printer? Okay. Now we don't even have to traverse the intermediary space. And we did it all without having to spend 30 ego on a virus. I'm having a hell of a time getting that to equip. The selection wheel thing just doesn't really work. That doesn't really feel like the sound that would be associated with the hook action, you know? Would this be expensive to unlock? I'm kind of curious if there's anything like just in that direction. It's not expensive because like there could be juice supplies or something right in between the places we've been, just in the halls or whatever. Outbound travel to the cloud is under lockdown. In case of emergency, please lodge a request with the executor. Yep, okay. In case you got here without having figured that out. Well, I mean, I guess we may as well just get in the shuttle, right? And we'll... does this shuttle have an entrance? How do I actually... Ah, here we go. Farewell, bug body. You're about to have like a pretty awful time. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'll print you again later. So off to the cloud with us. There is quite a lot of game here. Unfortunately, it really does feel like a lot of it is kind of solving the same problem over and over again. It seem like 2 or 3 problems. Okay, so I can look around. I can't steer, it doesn't seem like. I just got an achievement called chicken.exe. What is that? What? Hold on. I'm tabbing out. Am I being mocked? It seems I'm being gently mocked. Okay, well this looks, you know, climactic-ish. You know, I know. Just doing my due diligence here. There's a dad out there in space. Also some juice. Also, kind of a lot of things, actually. More than I was expecting. Huh. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna end up out there in space at some point. We are not ready to print the bug just yet.
Don't worry about the taxi fare. I'll settle it for you. You did book it in my name after all. Now, if Pam really did manage to send a hard copy of my last backup version here, then I'm presumably on a disk somewhere. So, where to look? I found a log entry here that says at one point the disk was inserted into a cat in the Ctrl Ego repository at the top of the central spire. So that might be a good place to start looking.
Okay. Do I want to try to destroy that, or... Because we could just take it over, right? I think I want to take that mum over. I think I want to use that mum to explore. I'm going to jump to this matey boy. All right, I was going to say in the hopes that the matey boy might have a view down the tunnel that's a little bit better, but... All right, that's all I have to do. Welcome to the Cloud. Our celebrated visitor center boasts a wealth of informative exhibits and infamous egos. Discover your past, present, and future. And of course, enjoy your visit. Terminal offline. During your time here, why not pass through our patented gravity traducer gates? Traducer, huh? Bringing you all the joys of the zero gravity experience with minimal fuss. I'll tell you why not, because it sounds like I would get sick doing that. Need an ego boost? Why not pay a visit to our famous engine room? Located on the lower floor of the central spire, do drop by. That does sound pretty sick, actually. So this way lies the spire. Over there we have the gravity gate. Hard to know exactly what we want to do here. Alright, so you're active, right? Yeah, the red, the eye being turned on is like the giveaway. Alright, I think we're about to unsafe our mum here. I guess I don't have to yet. We could just take over the camera. But also, I'm gonna fight this other mum anyway, and that's gonna unsafe us. So we may as well. I do think I might hear another one. Okay, completely stuck. Ah, the thing I hear is a terrible bug. Sure is coming all the way out here to evaluate. We will probably lose our mum to that thing if it sees us. Process of husking, unfortunately, just takes a little bit too long. Alright, every once in a while, you know, seems like it might be worth it to check. And it's always not. So we could just use this bug trap. So that other way is just backwards. We don't actually want to go there at all. Yeah, sure. I'll pay 10. I was looking around for my bug because I forgot we had not printed it yet. Huh, I guess I need to watch these. If one of these is green, we might actually be able to open it. So there is a dad base there. Camera directly above us. Well, everything here is really expensive. Well, alright, if I take control of this... Ooh, I do not really want to do that. Never mind. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop into this dad we borrowed. I'm going to shoot a camera. And that I think will cause the response team dad to spawn, and we'll just take him out real fast. Okay. It does seem like nothing else is coming for us. There's that dad over there, but like, what's it gonna do? And also, in theory, there's a bug. We know there's a bug somewhere. But it doesn't seem to have any interest in responding to this alarm. Be pretty careful about this other dad. Okay, I think we're safe here. Taxi to the stars. Scholars believe that getting from A to B used to involve real-time material-based transportation contrivances, such as the taxi shuttle depicted here. Whereas in the future, we love skeuomorphism so much. This is a terrible way to write stuff. Primitive communications. We think our ancestors, depicted here, used humans to communicate with one another. We're not sure of the exact mechanism, but it is likely the device would influence its human to tap out messages using emotive iconography. The human brain. Yeah, approximately. The organic human brain probably looks something like this. It is said the material component, use your eye module to see it, was a necessary component of the ancestral ego. Humanity was comprised of organic matter. Their primitive carbon-based ego is a precursor to the ethermatic geominds of today. Note, model not to scale, humans are thought to have been at least twice this size. But like, what does size mean? We're in a completely arbitrary... Okay, whatever, it's fine. You know, size relative to what is all I'm asking. Okay, all the terminals on this side are offline. There's a vending machine here, which could potentially be useful, but it seems like that's really all this room is about. What about this one? Well, first of all... Ah, bugs! Oh, it fell in a really funny way. I'm actually very badly hurt. And this bug is super fast on the drill. Like every single time I charge it, it does hit me with the drill a little bit. So we're gonna bail and try to make it back to the matey boy here. Hopefully that bug doesn't access the dad while we're gone. Yeah, that thing is quick. I forgot how far back this was. Okay, better. You move so much slower when injured, too. Okay, doesn't look like it thought to come out here. So it was probably just parked in this room somewhere. And then I walked into its eye line. Huh. The hell did it go? Found it. Okay, there we go. That's what I think of other bugs. I'm gonna get ego out of things somehow. Hell, formerly Earth. The most popular theory is that as many as 100 humans may have once called Hell their home, toasted during the great extinction event of 3048. That's optimistic. Heaven. Welcome to the Cloud, where wandering egos and traveling alts are welcome to observe the unobservable. These screens are really poorly designed. The Executor. In the aftermath of the Great Extinction, the system installed a new boss at Conscious Robot Services. It is a widely held view that in time the Executor will bring about a new era of grand inception. Presented here, a live specimen clone of the real Executor. It's a diamond. What's next? Depicted. An artist's impression of how ego in its ethermatic form might have looked to our ancestors. Welcome to the age of the wandering ego and traveling alts. It's a cube. It's sort of a translucent cube. Yep, that's how ego has always looked to me. Okay. I'm definitely still hearing slurping. Ah. I was wondering if we were going to have to move the cat aside, and I was not 100% sure whether that was even doable. So I was wondering, like, why is there a mem just, like, on the ground? That seems very unusual, but the reason is so that you can get distracted, so that bug can sneak up on you. It's actually pretty good. It's a pretty smart play. You are unarmed. Okay, I guess we're probably good in here. Where am I getting... Oh, that's just the evil eye at the end of the hall, I guess. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, though. Because, like, that's definitely projected in a place that evil eye can't see. Alright, whatever. Cats. When a brilliant engineer at Conscious Robot Services achieved material cessation, his ego was accidentally reconstituted inside a cat. The cat went on to compromise consciousness control stream and triggered the Great Extinction. Clarification, the cat presented here is not that cat, it is just our artist's interpretation of what that cat might have looked like. Why are they on wheels? Why would anything be on wheels? Everything in here is a digital representation, like, you just move stuff. Bugs. Presented an artist's conception of how the mythical software bug may have looked. We think real software bugs may have appeared in myriad different forms. In theory, just one of these could be enough to compromise an entire god. In reality, real software bugs take only a few forms, and most of them are just different appearances of fence posting. Mums and dads. In addition to husking all carbon-based ego life, the parasite controlled the minds of legacy conscious robots, exploiting them to wreak complete and utter annihilation. What would be the value of having faithfully reproduced all of the, like, why? To what end would they have faithfully reproduced the forms of all these things inside their system to fight with them forevermore? So that virus is real and live and definitely going to attack us, right? Waiting for the text to finish. A live virus specimen believed to be similar to the original parasites. Something, something. Okay. This text is not interesting enough for me to stay close enough to that thing to read it. Trying to be like a small amount more careful. Come on, I want to pull you out here. I don't think it's going to follow me. Yep, that's definitely where I was looking, so that makes sense. Does the mum patrol in front of the door? Oh no, is it really gonna stop right there? There we go. Alright. Can I really not? Okay. Well. Don't know why I can't affect that. Alright, I'm gonna need a refill here, son. There we go. That's gotta be good enough. No, wait. This one I did. It was Inception. What's the room we hadn't been in yet? Alright. Just making sure. Conscious Robot Services, the corporation responsible for initiating the era of Great Inception. Also, the corporation responsible for triggering the not-so-great Great Extinction. Ego Dump. Save your ego. Merge your backups in real time using any compatible interpolator. Share your experiences. Suffice to say, Ego Dump technology was a huge leap forward for our pioneering ancestors. The sensor kickstarted the era of Great Inception, a simple, innocuous-looking device that can be patched onto just about any digital signal processor, transforming it into an ego host. It is a testimony to the elegance of the design that modern sensors deviate little in form and function from the original production model. Yeah, that is definitely still what everything here is using. Early versions of the consciousness control stream interface were housed in these spacefaring ships and came to be known as gods. Definitely a good idea to call them that. God, there are so many worms. And yet I feel like I need so few. So... traffic control is that way. And this is the Spire elevator, presumably? Be ready to rocket myself in there just in case. You know what? Bring in my dad. I am too scared to go on elevators by myself. Need my dad to comfort me, which is presumably a thing that dads can do. Not one I have a ton of experience with personally. Yeah, the ego repository sounds pretty fucking good. Did that bug just threaten me? Did my own bug body just threaten me? Ah! Damn it. Not very good, actually. Juice. Nope, that's not a juice container at all, actually. Well, shit, and also fuck. Yep, this is real bad, because I don't think the dad is going to be able to stop them. We're not at full health. I guess, okay, what I can do is just, yeah, get out of here. This is bad. Exhibition center, please. Yeah, okay. Guess we'll use the printer all the way back at the port. Alright, 2 hostile bugs in a small space. Pretty bad news, actually. And we don't know of any more juice around here. I'm going to have a little bit of a look this way. We have reason to believe that there is a bug down here somewhere. Okay, so there's that. Just gets us to the gravity gate. So this is kind of a nothing room. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything of value in here. Well... Can I see anything else down there to jump to? Not really. Is there accessible juice here by any chance? Nope, just a panel that's propped off the wall by a toolbox for no reason. Weird. See that sort of thing in a video game, it's usually an indication that you want to interact with it. Alright, let me have a look at this the gravity gate from this side. Alright, technician's notes. I know my opinion doesn't count for much these days, but if it were down to me, I would not allow guests to pass through the gravity traducers. There are live dads out there, for fuck's sake. I'm genuinely concerned we're going to end up serializing a guest without having obtained prior consent. Okay. So that's the outer space area where we saw the dads before. I mean... Oh, boy. Okay, so we do get to move around without spending any... Yeah, 3-dimensional movement without having to spend juice at all. I'm just gonna... Oops, not that. Sorry. This. Fuck. Never mind. Didn't work. Alright. Had to make a snap adjustment there. Not super happy about that, because that was kind of expensive. So technically, I'm allowed to just fire the serializers at at God. God does have a oof, there's so many of them. Yeah, the God does have a health bar. I mean, does that seem like a way to... What's my actual task list? Check the ego repo. It does not say that this is... Okay, I don't know if I would actually want to fire on the God. I'm mostly out here like looking for loot. There's a battery, but a battery is not what I want. Yeah, we knew that there were chests and stuff, right? So... Okay, let's just ego... definitely hearing the sound of something else moving around. Let's see what this is. Damn it. I mean, not like Ego's bad. But wouldn't it be sick if we found some energy? So this is another god. Oh, there were dads nearby. So everything in there was on a secure network. Offline service unavailable, huh? Hi. I don't have any idea where we are. You know, we can only pay 13 ego to take something over so many times. I can't tell if that bug up there is... I guess it's just not active? There's a way to spend mem. Okay, hold on. Here's something. Godnet password policy update. While maximum security measures are in place, all network passwords must henceforth be at least 4 characters long, must begin with an exclamation point, end with a question mark, and contain precisely 1 alphanumeric character prefixed by an underscore. Madam Nady. Okay. So wait, what was the notification we just got? Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to just print that bug. Gonna have to be a little careful with my ego. We're burning through it real fast, but I think increasing friendly host ego at this point is probably not very good. Let's continue to slow enemy response times. And I guess we could just take the beam thing. Or... yeah, sensor override time is fine. I might take the beams, honestly, at this point. And then we must decide. Do we pay a ton for this mum? I guess I'm just going to reprint at port 80. Alright. Print fee creates some kind of actual cost for failure, which I guess is, you know, that's a good thing. If we could find the place where I just was, there's plenty of juice there. So, okay, floating out. There's lots of red lights indicating this thing, but that's because that's the dock for the ship. Yeah, so I guess what I want to do is just sort of float around the outside of the thing here and look for... okay, we got landing buoys over here as well. I do believe this is exactly the thing we were just looking at. Alright, I think we're just going to have to do it. I'm trying really hard to see what that says, but the controls on the mums are so bad. How was I not yet unsafe? That's wild. After taking down the camera, I figured that would do it. Okay, so what is... Alright, I have no idea what all that is. So this will get us to traffic control. Somewhere a bunch of ether just blew up. For who knows what reason. Okay, so this is, yeah, this is the traffic control corridor. And now we know exactly where we are. So let's hop back over to our bug body and harvest some of the juice in this room. And also the other stuff. Okay, that we don't have to worry about. This is still offline. No, now this is functional. So I guess we just had to get the bug close enough to it. Huh. Just a couple of unarmed bug traps. Some big fat crates, which I cannot easily move. It is not clear to me what the point of this bug is. You know, and I guess maybe the answer is there isn't one. But weird. Okay, pretty overjoyed to see an oil can. You were not armed, right? Yeah. Okay, this is great. Very happy to have come over here. Okay, a long excerpt from Everything and Nothing by D. Everyman on shattered egos. As we know, the most egregious side effect of the Ctrl Alt Ego model is that it causes ego fragmentation, which without intervention can result in an ego being shattered. Studies show that a shattered ego experiences a form of branched delusional psychosis, where different interpolated versions of the same ego are no longer able to cross-identify, a common symptom being that each version believes every other version of itself is persecuting it. It sounds like it's not an illusion for very long, at least. It is my postulation that the shattered ego problem can be solved. In the remainder of this chapter, I propose a theoretical ego defragmentation device, capable of reducing the degree of shatteredness. Such a device, were it ever realized, could at the click of a button put in place the measures needed to restore a shattered ego back to defragmented lucidity. So I guess the idea is that that is what we're going to be trying to do with the 3 disparate versions of Dr. Everyman's ego? Seems probable. Let's have a look at this elevator. Let's see what's happening up in traffic control. And if this one's full of hostile bugs, we at least have some juice with which to do battle. It is, in fact, full of hostile bugs. Maybe just the one? Yeah, it seems like maybe just the one. Our repeated attempts to analyze the dev disk, including reboots, restores, wipes, revisioning, merges, etc., seem to make little difference. They might even be making it worse. We've tried interrogating it, but all we get are the deranged, incoherent ramblings of a delirious mind. The most we can discern is that the ego on the disk has developed a superstitious belief that an ancient entity is coming to free it from the consciousness control stream. Clearly impossible, and nothing that need concern. Pupmungus. Ooh, wait, what is this? No, let me see the... You know, I'm not looking at you because I don't want you to be the thing. There is an ego thing, and it's right there. It's right in the middle of the screen right now. There we go. Oh, this is just the camera. Okay, interesting. Well, I mean, you know, not super interesting, I guess. May as well go ahead and yank all of the free ego that we can out of this room. So there's more bug bodies around. This place seems well secured. All right. Anyway, I don't actually want to be here. It does look like there's just the one bug, doesn't it? Wait, where did it go? Oh, it bounced over there. Shoot. No. Well, I just hit the pup a couple of times, I think. There we go. I took a lot of damage doing that. Where is your sensor? Also, who is talking right now? Getting a lot of weird noises in here. Sorry there, pup. Did not mean to blow you up. That's the one we were just looking at. Okay, but there are others in here. There's a ton of stuff in here, in fact. Interview with the Everyman Ego. Version of me out there, ungoverned by your consciousness control stream. My Buttercup, my alter ego. I did not agree to be anyone's Buttercup. More of a Huckleberry, really. Okay. It's coming from outside, etc. Yeah, these are boring. Okay, that one's not even turned on. I'll say this. I think we have seen that my very egonomical playstyle was really not all that weird. So this just tells us where, yeah, this gives us a vision of everything. Bugs. In ancient times, software occasionally included logical flaws. A common fault involved sizing memory buffers incorrectly, leading to so-called buff errors. A typo, see original email text below, soon gave birth to the more common bug. In those days, the G key was adjacent to the F key. That doesn't sound right. I suppose it could be, but it doesn't sound right. And as we all know, the way I feel about reality definitely supersedes actual reality. Okay, well this was not super useful. Okay, port 666 is not actually accessible from here. Port 443 is, but I'm not sure that I want to go there. You know what I am sure of? I'm going to fly all the way back to that matey boy. So we could do a bunch more flying around outside. We could try to take over a lot more dads and then try to serialize that one god one piece at a time. But I'm not even actually sure that that would be a useful thing for us to do. Also, bummer. I am a little surprised to see that I just didn't notice this. Alright, that was way more about the ego that I could drain than it was about the worm, obviously. Where does it go when it self-serializes? So we can take this one bug in this hallway. I don't know if it's necessary to do so, but I also don't see why I wouldn't. Bug trap completely useless. And now I'm afraid to go in there because I'll get killed by the bug trap. There we go. That penultimate one was a little bit of a clip, a little bit of a just shoulder tap. We got there eventually. And this thing almost went off. Bug traps just are not very useful for trapping bugs, unfortunately. Be on the lookout for a wandering ego. Hi. Okay. Well, that was probably not worth doing. But I guess we've made this area very clear and safe to use. For whatever that's worth. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and save it and call it here for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I think we're in the final area now. And again, it does feel like this game does not have a tremendous amount of diversity of experiences. Certainly not enough for its length. So I am kind of ready to be at the end of it here. Hopefully we are. When you come back next time tomorrow, I guess we're going to test that assumption. And we'll see you then.